one person and then or maybe what it does is 1-2-1 or something like that. I think that would be good. So Shifu going to try to get it on this Lucy, I'm sure. Winghaven doing a good job trying to poke him back. Okay, using the barrier to push him away. A little bit of follow-up. The counter is triggered, but immediately stealths as he knew he's going to hit it. Just misses the snipe as Saizen going to be able to fall back, gets the fear, going to be able to heal back up. So, man, it's so hard to steal that sphere from a Shifu. His M2 does so much damage. So the bear going to get the pushback. There's the fear. Pearl is just going to miss the snipe there, not going to hit it. As the javelin coming in, there's the leap back, the counter, not going to be triggered. A little bit of damage coming out now onto the Shifu. Shifu has lost one of his healths. He is the first one to lose a little bit. There's the snipe, going to go in favor of the blue team. There's the Eureka coming out there, and she's going to use her bubble to get pushed out a little bit. The ultimate is going to come out doing quite a bit of damage on the Jade. There's the stun to stop the ult from Shifu. The silence just missing. And Shifu and Pearl both taken down pretty low. The counter coming out is going to heal her back up. There's the ultimate, is going to hit onto Saizen. Saizen to get thrown away here from Winghaven. Winghaven gets the silence, doing some M1 pressure. The EX Snipe just missing. Going immaterial, putting some follow-up pressure. There's the fear, though. Is Pearl going to get pressured? No, they switch to Shifu. Shifu down to about one hit. There's the ultimate. The goo coming out. Going to not knock her in. Just barely missed. But the counter ends, and that's going to be the first round in favor of the blue team, Winghaven and Saizen. So Winghaven says he does swap between Taya and Gunner. I didn't know that. So Taya and Jade. So you should think about not umming so much. Oh man, I know, Rook. I've been trying to work on that. It's so hard. My brain is going so fast. I appreciate that feedback. Yell at me when I do it in chat, guys. I would really appreciate that and help me out. Okay, puppy. Okay, she's like jumping all over me. Snipe coming out, just going to miss onto the Pearl. Shifu coming in, going to get feared, pushed back a little bit of pressure coming onto the Shifu. Shifu going to not hit her counter, unfortunately. The Snipe coming out, hits Pearl. Pearl hits the counter, though, so going to heal some of that damage up. The in-cap now onto Jade. Onto Lucy. Jade going to get healed back up in the Lucy, so Shifu taking the bulk of the damage right now. The counter is triggered. Gonna leap away here is Winghaven as he is getting healed back up. It has lost a little bit of health there, but not too bad. Jade gonna use the bubbles to come back. Jade not able to use her snipe. The ultimate coming out, gonna get countered. Jade taking a bit of counter pressure now. There's the leap in, there's the ultimate, and the immaterial. Wow, that was really nice. And blue team does steal it, so Jade and M1 will take it. Shifu now coming in, and Shifu taking a lot of damage. Gunner going to be able to finish off the EX Snipe, just missing. There's the silence onto Lucy, but there's the silence now onto Jade, and the goo not just missing, and the flask going to be just out of place to push her into the goo. So the fear just misses now. There's the snipe to steal it. There's the counter silence. A little bit of pressure coming out here onto Jade. Jade going to not hit the snipe. I'm sorry, not pressure onto Jade, pressure onto Pearl. Going to use the panic. There's the push. The deadly inject. The counter, those going to heal her up. And she's finally taken out. Okay, I don't think I said many ums that time. I tried really, really hard. Thank you for pointing that out. I think that the casting goes a lot better when I don't use I gotta not use I just gotta pause for a second and regather my thoughts. Gotta say that. Thank you so much for. I'm glad you pointed that out. It's really important. So important, man. And that was something Jin the Juice told me last week, and I forgot. So, going to keep trying now. Hopefully these last couple rounds I'll do a lot better. So the immaterial coming out, going to use the shield to push him back. Panic coming out, the leap away is going to stun them both, do a little bit of damage. Shifu trying to get in, does get the counter to hit, going to put a little bit of pressure, does miss the M2, though the counter is going to get a hit on Pearl, so good job avoiding the snipe there. The incapacitate coming out, and now going to try to steal the middle, and they are going to steal the middle. So good job there by the red team to get the sphere. Kunju is not triggered. They're going to keep a little bit of pressure. The single ult as Lucy was able to roll away, gets the petrified deadly inject. The counter coming out, though, not going to be able to stop too much of the damage. The counter has now been baited out. The ultimate coming out does get the sphere and a bit of pressure onto the Shifu. Silence coming onto Jade. Shifu coming in, taking down dangerously low. The EX Snipe just barely missing. The counter coming out from Pearl not triggered, so now Pearl is going to be in a bit of danger. Gonna leap away, has the silence. There it is. A bit of pressure now onto Jade. The incapacitated coming out. The Petrify, though. And they're not going to be able to do the follow-up damage. There's the Petrify, Deadly Inject, and a bit more M1s. And Pearl is going to be taken out here for, I believe, the third straight round for the blue team. Nice stream. Me and my mate got it dunked on in the first round. Hey, man, Electro, it's okay. There's some really good teams in here. No reason to be upset by it at all. So what does Pearl and Shifu need to do here to get in? Do you think they need to put a little bit of pressure onto Lucy? Do they need to put a little bit more pressure onto Jade? Well, he comes in right away, so that's very good. Except right into a silence and then into a fear, so it wasn't really able to get any follow-up. And they don't really have any good ways to stop that. So there's another spell block into a snare. The counter's not triggered, so now Pearl's going to be a little vulnerable. But the fear snipe combo taking Shifu down so low that in-cap broken almost immediately there. That's really unfortunate as they get a little bit of follow-up. And going to immaterial the M2. There's the ultimate in all 4 hits. 1 into Shifu, 3 into Pearl. That is a huge damage swing. The counter, though, does get hit. So going to heal up. Avoids a little bit of the pressure. Taken down dangerously low, though. So let's see. The ultimate is to... There's the Deadly Inject. There's the EX Snipe. What does this team do here? I think they need to be maybe a little bit... If Shifu hits a Javelin... I think the bubble needs to come out really, really quick from Pearl, and then that way they're going to be able to put a barrier kind of around Shifu so that counter initiation isn't so strong. That or Shifu needs to use the space slightly more early, a little more aggressively, so he can stick once he hits a Javelin. That would be the only thing I can think of right now, because right now Shifu hasn't been very sticky, which is what Shifu needs to do. And so there's the snipe immediately. And again, into the silence. The fear just missing Pearl. And so the stun's going to stop the Kunju. And nice job there by the space to avoid the pushback. But there's the silence now. And again, taking quite a bit of damage. Using the other counter, not going to hit. Switches to Pearl. Leaps away. And there's the ultimate immediately into the face of Shifu. He eats all four hits. And then they take the sphere in the middle. And Pearl is going to be fighting for her tournament life now. As she takes a Deadly Inject, is going to be able to counter that one, though. Puts a counter silence on. There's the ultimate. Going to roll out, though. And that is GG. So good job here by Sizen and Winghaven. Holy cow, 5 straight rounds. I think, have they won 10 straight rounds now that we've watched? I think they have. They've been doing quite good. So, Stream Viewer 123, the Pearl Shifu team is just too garbage. Oh, man, that's not very nice. Nothing they can do. Need to improve. Well, there might be a big skill gap there. I'm not sure what their grade is, but grade 14